So it's a beautiful day today, as you can see, and the wife and I have decided that we're going to come down to the beach resort of Tolo here in Greece, and we're going to have some lunch. I mean, it's just a fabulous day, and Tolo is an amazing place actually, and I just want to take you for a quick walk around it and show you why I think it's so good. I have a little chat. Obviously it's January today, it's not going to be busy, but actually that's the best time of year, so I hope you enjoy this. So obviously, with any beach town or beach resort in Greece, the main feature or attraction has to be the beach. And here, the beach in Tolo is very, very nice. You can see Tolo further down there. There are a couple of islands here, which I'll talk about later on. But this place is like Benidorm in the summer. It's really busy. You get a lot of Greeks here. You get boats coming in, sailing boats and so on, that go around the Aegean and the Argolic coast. Here's a lovely resident coming to see me. Hello. And the interesting thing about Tolo is that it's got some history. I'm not going to talk a lot about the history today, but I have to mention it because Tolo used to be called Athens, and there is still a village of Athens here. And on this hill here, there is an old acropolis of Athens. It's not a big acropolis, and it's not that exciting actually, because most old ancient villages in Greece have acropolis. But this one was mentioned in Homer's Iliad a couple of times actually, because this is a fantastic natural harbour, as you can probably see, and the Trojan army set sail from here in supposedly 1,000 boats according to Homer. And there's also a poem in the Iliad to the king of Athens. But that's enough history. We're just going to have a walk around here. We're going to walk down the beach a little bit and just have a look at the town. The town itself has a bit of a history, as I said. In the 1940s, in the Second World War, the Italian and German navies had a station here, kept a lot of boats in this natural harbour on the Argolic coast. And unfortunately, I think that was an extremely bad period for the Greek residents here. Most of the Greek residents here are actually Cretan or Cretan in origin. After the Independence War in 1821 to 1832, there were a lot of Cretan refugees who came to mainland Greece, and they were settled here in Tolo. From about the 1950s, this place really came to rely on tourism, and its heyday was in the 1980s. Unfortunately, as you'll see in a few minutes, and you can probably see here actually, there was a lot of uncontrolled development of very large hotels and so on in the 1980s, which basically ruined this end of the town. They completely blocked off the beach from the rest of the town. And when you walk along this single main street here, which is called Sakari Street, you can't see the beach until you get down towards the harbour. But we'll have a walk down, we'll have a look, and I hope you enjoy it, because this place is worth visiting. So here we are, we've come up from the beach and we're now on Sakari Street. And basically this street runs all the way down to the harbour, and then you turn right and you come back up on the hill over here and round to the road behind me. It's pretty well a one-way system. But as I said, in the 80s, this place was developed. It was its heyday. And these hotels were built absolutely blocking the town from the beach, which is such a shame, because I don't know if we can see, but the beach is just over here, and it's a fabulous beach. It's a sand beach. You can walk out about 50 meters into the ocean or into the sea before it becomes too deep to stand. So it's very safe, very child friendly. And this area developed in the 80s in a sort of uncontrolled fashion. I mean, all these hotels are closed now, it's January. And as a result, the place suffered a bit in the 90s, but it's really developed again in a very good way in the 2000s, 2010s, and is very popular now. It's only 2 hours from Athens if you want to come down here. It's an easy drive. It's about 10 kilometers from Nafplio. There are about 1,500 residents, permanent residents at this time of year, and that expands to about 5,000 in the summer, although there could easily be 20 or 30,000 people here at the weekend, on a hot summer weekend in July or August. And there are over 100 hotels. I mean, at this time of year, most of them are shut, but there are 100 hotels here and places to stay, and there are loads of restaurants, and as we get further down you'll see that. So I've just come up the hill above Tolo to show you this amazing vista, this panorama of this natural harbour off the Argolic coast. And on the left, on this outcrop, we have the Athenian Acropolis, and then Tolo ranged out below us, running along the beach, very much running along the beach. It's a very narrow town, as I mentioned. We have the Koronis Island here, and then the Rhomphae Islands, or island as it is, as I said, known as the Bra locally. And right at the end, Tolo gets really packed, as you can see, and we have the harbour. So I'm going to go back down into the town, but I just wanted to show you this natural mist. So as we continue further down the street, we're about halfway to the harbour now. This is quite a long road, actually. It's probably 1.5 kilometres along the beach. You can see the building height drops, and the place really starts to open up. You can see the harbour here. We'll just have a quick look at it, and I'll talk very quickly about the islands here, which are fabulous, I have to say, and some of the activities that you can get up to if you come here to Tolo, because there are activities here, obviously not in January, but for the rest of the year. So in front of us we see the small island of Koronis, or Karonis, and on top of it is a little Byzantine church. You can get a boat out there and explore that island, and it's beautifully lit at night with different coloured lights and so on. And then to the right here, although it looks like part of the mainland, this is Romvi Island, also known locally as the Bra, and I won't explain why, I'll leave that to your imagination. And Romvi has a Byzantine castle on the top of the right hill here, but the main thing is you take a boat out, and on the other side of this island is a beautiful secret beach, really worth visiting, because you can see as you get down into the town, the beach goes from sand to really quite narrow and stony, but the town has some real character here. And if we look back, you can see where we've come from. You can see down here the hill with the Acropolis on it, just to give you an idea of the scale of this place and help you get your bearings. But this is a beautiful natural harbour. And the main thing about this harbour apparently is diving. Now, I'm not a diver, my daughter dives, but apparently there are wrecks here across the bay and caves, and the water is very, very, very still, as you can see, because it's a natural bay off the Argolithic Bay itself, so it's really safe for diving. And there's loads of stuff to see here with all the wrecks. Some of them are up to 2,000 years old, some of them are Second World War, and for divers apparently this is an undiscovered natural paradise. I can't say that myself, I'm just telling you what people have told me, but it's beautiful, so I would highly recommend coming here. As we continue further down this road towards the harbour, it becomes much more commercial, with quite a few shops, gift shops, restaurants, etc. And you can see we've moved back a little bit from the sea here, not exactly a long way, but we will continue up here to the harbour, where it really is lovely, and also we can get something to eat at this time of year. So here we are down at the harbour, really near the end of our little tour of Tolo. I just wanted to show you really the geographical layout and what's on offer here. As I said, the beach, sailing, diving. I haven't mentioned the water sports. There's also banana boats, water skiing and so on here in the summer. But you can also, you see here, the Magdalena. This is part of the Pegasus cruises. And you can take this boat across to the islands of Hydra and Spetses, and also the beach resort Astros. And I'd highly recommend it. I have videos actually on all of those. And I've done this tour myself before. That was when I filmed the videos of Hydra and Spetses. So there's loads to do here. It's well worth visiting. A couple of days in a really traditional, busy Benidorm style Greek resort in the summer. It may look very quiet now, but in the summer it is absolutely packed. Parking can be an issue, so if you're coming from Athens and you don't want to drive, you can get a bus to Nafplio, and then from Nafplio there are numerous buses down here. But I do encourage you to come. I'm not just saying that because I happen to be here. It's a fabulous place, and you can probably see even in January, and I'm going to go and have lunch now, it's well worth a visit. If you're here in an RV, there are lots of RVs here at this time of year, then come down, stop here. It's easy to park up and stay the night and just enjoy Tolo. So have a look at my other videos, and I look forward to doing more videos for you on Greece soon. Thank you.